Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim, Kwakadash, double honors and salutations to elders and apostles of great mystery of the world, but I'm not sure DC camp. You can see the title on the screen, man. It says Iranian missile enthusiasts stage demolition display in their village of Kiasar. Alright, so these are terrible times, man. I just had to start it, man. I couldn't help it. But you know how it is, man. There's a time we're living in, man. Times of great violence. This is what the Lord Shema Shai, showed his prophets in the last days of what's going to take place. When you go online, you see different channels, different news channels that you subscribe to just to get information about the prophecies that are taking place. And memory TV is a good example, man. It's just like another press TV, but there's a hardcore, you know, point of view that the so-called hardcore and hardliners in Iran that they subscribe to, that they hold on to, man. These are their beliefs, man, and it's part of the scriptures that these things must take place. So I upload a video and I get the precepts. Just let you know that the idea of the missiles is not far-fetched. It's prophecy, it's going to take place, and pray that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai delivers you. In the video, you're going to see them isolate two different cities. They're going to highlight America, and then their spotlight will be on Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., and then you're going to have the city of Jerusalem, in the state of Israel, over there in the Middle East. So it just lets you know, man, that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not playing, that this destruction is coming, and a lot of folks think it's a joke. So just let you know, man, what the Lord Shema Shai is putting in the minds of these people, to cause the destruction of America and the destruction of the state of Israel. Alright? So, it just symbolizes the end of America, man. The end of Edom's rulership, the end of the so-called Jews ruling the world, and then the real Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans could have their rightful place on the face of the earth. Because during our rulership in the future, there'll be no so-called idea of folks want to come against us with nuclear missiles and talk trash and blaspheme the name of the Lord by Shema Shah. We're not going to have none of that. You know, the world will be at rest, the world will be stable because they'll have righteousness. And those that choose to, to want to buck up, they're going to have their asses handed onto them. But it's not so with these so-called Israelis in the land of Israel. There are protests over there, the so-called Orthodox Amalekites there, so-called Orthodox Jews, they don't want to join the military. So it just lets you know and proves that they're not the real Israelites that the Bible speaks of, because everything that's going on over there certainly, points to the fact that they're not the children of the Lord. They pretend to have a semblance of being a holy people, but they are not. It's not their birthright to be there, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is making that evident. And these are just props. They're building a small so-called sample of a nuclear missile. This is how they build their rockets, man. When you hear about those so-called Palestinians getting rockets, how to build it. This is how they do it. You see that? Just rewind that a little bit. It says, Israel must be erased from the annals of history. Alright, so that's one thing, we have to understand, man. They think, that the Israel that they're talking about is Israel of the Bible. It's not. It's the so-called state of Israel, the Amalekites. Those that claim they want to be Israelites, but they're not. They claim to, be the descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So this is what they're gonna have to deal with, man. You know, you want to put on the the identity of someone someone else. You got to deal with it. You know, so the Lord, the hand of the Lord is against them, man. So if you want to be an identity thief, you got to accept the sentence, and this is the sentence. You know, this is just a mock trial.
نقطه‌ای که هر نقطه‌ای که بچه‌ها انتخاب میکنن همونجا نصب میکنیم اینا رو. این چرا سرعت میگیره پایین؟ پاستیگی داره دیگه ما.
And this is like, the Persians preparing to a so-called 4th of July that they have over here in America. The own 4th of July over there is seeing America burn and the state of Israel get destroyed. You know, and that's one thing women on the Lord have to understand, man. You have to put your feelings aside and look at the facts on the playing field, man. The facts on the table, because these are dangerous times we're living in, man. You know, you have all kinds of information on the internet, how to build explosive and all that madness, and then you see them have them conduct a, stu- a staged event, conduct an event, entertain the people. It's all part of prophecy. You know, you gotta look at it for what it is, man. The Lord Abba Shema Shai is doing something dangerous in these last days, and it cannot be ignored.
داره دیگه ما الان صورتشو نمیدونم والا بچه‌ها زدن تقریبا 16 ثانیه یه موشک سکن پایین رفته.
You see, it says 16 seconds for it to go down. All right, but the scripture talks about in 1 hour shall that great city, Babylon the Great, be thrown down. So this is just a sample, man. This is just a simulation. The so-called directors in Hollywood, they make all these movies talking about the destruction of America, the apocalypse, and now you see these Persians of the nation of Elam, they have their own ideas too, the real deal. A nuclear missile hitting Capitol Hill, hitting Esau's so-called seats of power in America, also hitting the city of Jerusalem, in the state of Israel over there. So just let you know, man, that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not with Esau. He's not granting peace to Esau because Esau is the wicked. All right.
یه موشک سکن پایین رفته. الان این کمترین 800 متر. بیشتر چقدر؟ 1 کیلومتر.
And you know what? And this right here is not something I would say that happened and we didn't know about. Esau knows exactly what these Iranians do on their soil, man. What kind of activities they will be conducting. So they're gonna be getting intel, man. So they know exactly when this shit happened, man. They got images, they got the videos too, because they got spies everywhere. And then this stuff comes out, pops up on your screen. And even your so-called YouTube channel, man, they hide videos. They put certain videos that they want you to see on the top of the list, while some others, they just push it all the way down. So it's all through the Spirit of the Lord about Shema Shai that happens upon this video, because it's very important, man, to see these things, man. And when you're reading the Holy Scriptures, you get to put things in perspective. And these rockets that they don't have no propellant fuel. It's just gonna hook it up to a so-called zip line and let it fly. And that stuff is in the valley, and that's why the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, through his spirit, King David, Malak, Dawadar, talks about in Psalms 23, the valley of the shadow of death, because this rulership is all about destruction in a low place. The morals are low, people's hope, people's desires for the future are low because there's nothing positive for these people to hope on. It's all false. There's no confidence. See them hooking it up.
این موشک نمادین اراده اینها رو میرسونه، اعتقاد اینها رو میرسونه. در واقع اگر روزی لازم
It's
باشه
going to be reality, man. They say it's a symbolic missile demonstration of their will and power and their faith. Very soon it's going to be reality, man. That's what the Holy Scripture talks about, man. There is no denial of this. So when World War III happens, man, those rockets, those ICBMs will be flying, man, with utmost precision and hitting their targets.
اعتقاد اینها رو میرسونه. در واقع اگر روزی لازم باشه اینجا خودش پایگاه حقیقی برای دفاع از دین خداست.
You see that right there? You got so-called Capitol Hill on one part, and then you see the so-called city of Jerusalem on the other part. The Amalek, so-called city in the state of Israel. So this is what happens, man. When the Lord Shema Shai is against a rulership, they feel as if, that the world is about to come against them, and rightly so. That's what the Lord Shema Shai said. So I'll play the video and I get the scriptures, precepts. Just watch this, man. Give me some time. And you see here about, the so-called Lord Evelyn Rothschild, that was in New York, which is with his wife to witness the fall of the Twin Towers during 9/11, including Building 7. That's how these people are sitting down there, seeing a show too, to entertain their spirit, to give them something to chuckle about. So this is exactly what we're seeing. It says, prepare to erase Israel from the annals of history. All right, so this is what happens, man. When Amalek wants to gain a birthright that is not his, he gets met with all kinds of animosity and violence. But during our own rulership, it will not be so because it's going to be in righteousness. So just keep watching. And these people wouldn't mind going back to that same place day in, day out, every day to have all kinds of form of entertainment. In fact, every weekend, man, rather than go to the movies, they rather see, explosions, man. All right, this is London. We have our so-called, rockets. We're gonna have an entertainment. We're gonna have some military trucks back there. We're gonna have some toy soldiers. We're gonna have the so-called Israeli embassy in London. We're gonna have a replica there. We're gonna have the Pentagon. All that kind of imagination. That's what you're gonna see, man, from these people that they wanna act out. You see that? It says, this base of global Zionism, England and America, we shall raise it to the ground. So just imagine, man, you see this, you feel as if your life has been threatened. If you're in the so-called land of Israel, you're in England, you're in America, there's no way you'll be able to eat and sleep properly when you hear about people talking about your destruction. So this is what happens, man, when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is making his words come to life, making his word, be acted out, man. So just let you know, man, that the world is not at peace. Just like you read in Job chapter 9, verse 24, says the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges, if not who and where. You see, you know. So terrible times, man, are coming upon the face of the earth, man. This is what happens when you have the Edomites in rulership. The people of the world are upset. There's protest, there's anger, there's frustration because they're dealing with all kinds of wickedness of Esau. Scripture talks about that, man. Just keep on watching. See, women there too. Women, girls, and boys, men, young men, and grandpa, soldiers, and policemen. People from all walks of life are there to see this show being put on. So this is not a joke. I can gotta take this shit serious. See? So what city got hit first? Hit first. Jerusalem, the state of Israel. See, they're smiling with their children. The girls are chuckling. They got it on, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever. So it just lets you know, man, this is not a joke. This is serious business. It just lets you know to see how these people feel concerning their relationship with Edom. American X. See that madness you gotta deal with? See them shouting, Allah Akbar, death to America, Malak Wababa. So, you just gotta understand the world you're living in, man. This is not a joke, alright? This is not something you deal with, on a small scale, alright? So, I get this quick precept here from the book of Revelation, chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18, and then verse 21. See what it says? And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Alright, so this is exactly what you have to keep in mind, man. This is not a joke, this is serious. Those rockets, those missiles weren't meant to entertain people, that are going to be suffering from its its impact. It's for destruction. The Lord Yahweh Shema shall be so glad to see his show take place. So this is entertainment to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, to see his anger, his fiery indignation come upon the face of the earth. It's not just American so-called land of Israel that will get attacked. Iran will be attacked, Russia will be attacked, China will be attacked, England, France, parts of Africa, parts of Europe. So that's just what's gonna happen, man. Folks think, it's a joke, but it's not. People plan this shit for decades and decades and decades, and then wars happen, and then you understand who's winning and who's losing. And then you go to the book of Joel chapter 3, verse 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation. That's America's code name in the book of Joel. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom, all right, so also another name for America, shall be a desolate wilderness, and including the state of Israel, all right, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. So for all the atrocities Esau's been conducting and exercising against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to make America a desolation. It's going to make the land of Israel desolation, So it's going to wipe their power structure wipe it off from the face of the earth. So people like to think, the Lord is all love, Here it says that. So just imagine, man, when you see the destruction of America, as the Lord has delivered you, when you're up there in the heavens, in the chariots of Israel, the so-called UFOs looking down upon the sea of glass, mingled with fire. So that's one thing you have to expect, man, to see the downfall of America according to the prophecies of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. And Esau's angry about it, but it has to happen. There's so many things in the scriptures that we haven't even touched on yet, all right? So this is the book of Job, chapter 20, and then you go to verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And when you look at that word for wicked, you're going to see something, it's going to say, just bear with me, Akim. Every hand of the wicked, let's see, Aimal, Aimal, all right? And you look at that, it says, yeah, this screen, I was like funny. Hey, but nothing lost, man, so just bear with me. So it says, laborer, workman, sufferer, the hands of the oppressed, So all the folks, the so-called weak nations that have the missiles trained in America, they're gonna use it. They're gonna exercise that option, and that's exactly what we're looking forward to in these last days, man. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. All right, so America's at the top right now, but it's gonna experience difficulty, to conquer these nations. He's losing his grip on power, so he's upset, that he doesn't have the mojo anymore. And then the people are beginning to turn against America. The Middle East is moving away, you know. South America is moving away, Africa is moving away, even Europe is moving away from America's influence, you know. So they understand that they need to do something. So that's why they need to have false flags, all right. And then I get another precept here. This is from the book of Psalms, Psalms chapter 11, verse 6. It says, upon the wicked shall he rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. These shall be the portion of their cup. Alright, so that's the cup that the Lord Yahweh is going to put in the hands of Esau to drink that destruction, to drink and get drunken. So it's right there, man. That's a prime example, man. A mock destruction of America and the state of Israel. The so-called prized possessions of Amalek, the nation of Edom. Because they like to brag that they're rich, they're this, they're that, that they got people in high positions of power. But it's only for a little while, man. Scripture talks about the triumph, the wicked is short. Alright, I'm gonna get to one more precept here. Yeah, screen is about to go into reset again. Anytime the screen freezes up, it's just Satan trying to interrupt. But nonetheless, man, it is what it is. You gotta keep on preaching the gospel. So this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 10. Alright, so it says, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob. Alright, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem Kwakadash. And that's the issue we have to be looking at now, man. Because those Amalekites in the land of Israel, they're not happy. They're upset about the economy. They're upset about cutbacks. There are protests there. The families are not stable. The ladies are, don't want to be with their so-called Amalekite husbands or so-called Amalekite brothers, to marry them. They want to go marry someone else because they feel that weak nature. They want to go marry people of a different nation. They want to get that, Johnson and Son. So it's just sad, man, to see people think that those Amalekites are the children of Israel, but they are not. All right. So therefore, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh. Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. All right, which is America, and Jacob shall return. So our people are in America, four corners of the earth, wherever the Lord scattered us to, He's going to deliver us, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. All right, so we're not going to be threatened when we go back to our land. When the Lord deliver us. But now look at what's going on, man. America has been threatened. The state of Israel has been threatened. So just lets you know, man, that Lord Yahweh is not with this. It's not with Israel's rulership, man. It's not with these people that claim to be Israelites. So it says, "For I am with thee," said the Lord, "to save thee. Do I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished." So we're going to catch hell, we're going to go through difficulties, but the Lord thereby Shema Shah will deliver us. Alright? So I'll play the video some more, and then you see that. So that scroll, man, that roll, that destruction you see, you hear of in the movies, and especially in the scriptures, that's a mushroom cloud, man. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah is talking about. See that? So it's messed up, man. It's messed up. It's messed up. So just pray the Lord Yahweh Shemashah delivers you, man. That whatever destruction is coming, that you don't have to take part in it, man. That lake of fire, that you don't have your lot set for that. Alright? So just pray the Lord Yahweh Shemashah protects you. So I upload the video and then get the final precept. Look at that, man. You don't want none of that, man.
این کارهایی که امروز ما به صورت نمادین از شما دیدیم، به ویژه پرتاب موشک و این زحماتی که کشیدید و از این قبیل کارهایی که ما امروز از شما دیدیم، اینها برای بنده و مسئولین بلکه ملت ایران
Look at that. Little girls right there.
مسئولین بلکه ملت ایران
See, man.
مسئولین بلکه ملت ایران درس‌هایی رو داره. یک هدیه بسیار بسیار گرانقدر هم برای شما ما امروز به همراه آوردیم. دیروز عصر موقعی که مقام معظم رهبری رو مطلع کردیم که ما برای این مراسم قرار خدمت شما عزیزان برسیم، حضرت آقا به بنده مأموریت دادن سلام حضرت آقا را خدمت شما خانواده‌های عزیز ابلاغ بکنم.
It's entertainment to these people, but at the same time they're going to cry in those days too, because they're going to have families here in America. They're going to get destroyed too. Those that couldn't make it out, they'll be crying. They're going to see America get destroyed. They're going to be upset. Cry, cry, and cry for days and weeks and months, because they're going to be missing their families, the ones that didn't make it out. So that's what happens, man. So when those foreigners from different nations want to come to America, and then they get stuck, they can't make it out, because America was going to be under martial law, no flights coming in, no flights going out, and that's a wrap for them, man. So they're going to cry, they're going to weep, they're going to throw ashes upon their head, they're going to be, dressed in sackcloth. So it's just one one of those things you have to deal with, man. So it's part of prophecy, man. It's one of those things. Yep. So last precept will be from the book of Micah. Micah chapter 4, verse 4. So it says, "But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord Yahweh," that's about what the Lord of hosts had spoken it. Alright, so that's a beautiful thing that we're going to have in the kingdom. We're not going to be afraid of nations coming against us, because we're going to be ruling in righteousness. The nations are going to fear us. They're going to see the restoration of the earth to its proper vibration. They're going to see the beauty of the Lord, the beauty of His majesty. They're going to see how perfect a world can be. They were like, man, would you rather have Esau's rulership or the Israelites in power? We're like, shit. They're like, Israel, Yashua. Every day and night they were yelling, Kwam Yashua. Screaming and yelling, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai. So that's the point that I can, so just expect more of these to be visible this last days. Look at that fiery serpent. Oh, that smoke. Yo, look at that. Even might be not happy about this, man. But, hey, it is what it is, man. I think that's enough that I can. So, Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of great mystery rule well, and the Akim pushing the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, sincerity and truth on the highways and byways. Just expect to see more mock demonstrations about the destruction of America. We already had the so-called Russian choir here, singing about sending ICBMs from a submarine to America, So it's crazy, man. You just gotta pray the Lord about Shema Shai delivers you, and that your faith, is sufficient in His name. Shalom.